Hi, this is Paul, and thanks for jumping in to this episode of Giant TV. Really fired up to show you everything about LinkedIn Live and how to use it to build authority and engage with your handpicked prospects. And what I'm doing here is want to first show you this. These are the 5 foundational tools that every single business has got to have in order to grow and nurture without being, bubblegum and toothpick scenario. And without these, I would argue with anybody all day long, you're not even in the game. And so what I'm talking about here today, and I'm going to show you a way to drill down on all these pieces at the end of this presentation here. But what I'm focused on for LinkedIn Live is the virtual event tool here. And let me show you how this works. I want to talk about why you want to use LinkedIn Live and then how you execute on doing it. There's some technical aspects to it, and it requires some know-how. I'm going to break it down right now. Here's why you want to use LinkedIn Live and integrate it with the LinkedIn event feature and make it part of your virtual event that you're doing as part of the growth and nurturing of your business and your prospects and your community. It allows you to build authority. So there's a lot of competition for all of us to get in front of the people we want to work with, whether you're working with CEOs, executives, professionals, whoever it is. There's just a lot of competition. Everybody's online, everyone's going insane with reaching out, and you've got to really position yourself as the expert and stand out from everybody else, especially if you're a business coach. And I work with a lot of coaches, a lot of Vistage chairs, and they're just, a lot of coaches and even chairs who are all very unique people just look the same on LinkedIn and other platforms. They're not differentiating themselves in unique ways. And so building authority by using LinkedIn Live and integrating it with the LinkedIn event feature is just off the charts. And as people see you as an authority, as the expert, they're going to be more likely to even do the little things, get on a phone call with you, attend an event you're putting on, certainly to buy your service or product. So really, really important, this feature for building authority. Also engaging. So all of us just want to be engaging with our prospects every single week, every single month. Just want to be having conversations, having them on events, and moving them through the pipeline. And so this tool, LinkedIn Live, again, integrated with LinkedIn events and all the things that go into it, is a identifiable and repeatable process to help you engage with the right people. So this is another reason you want to do it. And I just see too many businesses that, the growth and the engagement is spotty, and it's starting, stopping, and there just isn't consistency of engaging with the right people all the time. Obviously, we want to convert. So that's the end result here. Get people aware of you, top of the sales funnel, right, is awareness. Then it's generating interest and a call to action and moving on down the funnel and converting them to a client. And so this is a tool done right, done with consistency, which will allow you to convert. Now, I'm going to focus on a couple different ways to do this here. There's a Zoom live event, which I'm doing right now, and there's also the pre-recorded live stream. And so 2 different channels. There is some overlap on how to make it work, but there's also some very key differences between the 2. Here's what you need in order to make LinkedIn Live happen and make it part of your process. You obviously need LinkedIn Live. It's free. If you don't have it already, then just Google apply for LinkedIn Live. You'll see it. It'll come up there, and there's a short application to fill out. It helps if you have some pre-recorded videos that you've already done and you're a creator and you've done some things there, because they're going to ask you to include that. It's sort of weird. It's kind of in a rollout phase, has been for a while, but they're granting access quicker these days. So get LinkedIn Live. So I said it's free. Obviously, you need Zoom, and everybody seems to know what Zoom is now. And then you need Restream. So LinkedIn requires you to use a third-party streaming app to make live happen. And Restream, which I love, we're an expert on Restream here at my team, is in partnership with LinkedIn. So you've got to get Restream to make this happen. It's going to allow you to stream live to LinkedIn and other channels. You've got to use the LinkedIn event feature. Now, we all have this. If you look at your LinkedIn profile, if you haven't used it, then on the left-hand side, there's a side window pane there. Scroll down, you'll see the event section and all the events that you're attending, you're putting on in past events and so forth. And so we have it, and it's an incredible tool that syncs up with LinkedIn Live. And they just updated all of this. Restream and LinkedIn recently updated this. And so there's a whole new look to the LinkedIn event portal. And I'm going to walk you through how that looks here in a second. But get familiar with that, because it's what you're going to need to make all this happen. Next level, this is highly recommend you incorporate this into your process. No matter what you're doing in your business, these tools here are very, very helpful. Email campaign. So have a process to gather emails and then nurture, because with an event like this and using live, you can really use email to your advantage to drip and nurture your prospects on great things that you're doing, like these events. We use Constant Contact. So as an example, love that email distribution platform. It's been around a long time, one of the bigger and better ones. And but you need some place to put emails, gather them, get them in there, and then nurture. And there's automation capability with Constant Contact and so forth. Automated nurture. So there are fantastic automation tools that exist today. And automation is not a bad word. It's a good word. All the top marketers use automation, and it just helps take laborious tasks off your plate, automate them. It's not about dehumanizing anything. And so automation is great. And if you can really embrace automation tools to nurture, it's going to help the cause. Video editing, I'm going to show you why that'll be important, but it's key to have some video editing as part of this process. Not mandatory, but it really helps. Next level. Okay, here's the setup for pre-recorded. So this is where you are going to pre-record a video and then live stream it. So first of all, you want to pick a day and a time to do your event. And I really coach people to say, okay, at least once a month, have a virtual event going on where you have LinkedIn Live involved in LinkedIn events. And you train people to really show up at that time. It's like Monday Night Football. We all know when Monday Night Football is happening and when to show up. And so you want consistency there with day and time. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are the best days, times. I like, morning times, earlier in the morning, or kind of noon, one-ish time frame. But and you can play around with that. Now you want to excuse me, get your show together. And this is where your show, this virtual event I'm talking about, is where you are teaching, educating, delivering value to your community. Who is your community? Who are your prospects? Think about them, niche down, really put yourself in the shoes of your prospect. What's important to them? And your content is going to be geared towards them. I always say, imagine you're sitting across from a table, having a cup of coffee with your prospect. What are you talking about? And you're listening and you're curious about them. What are those issues as you imagine that scenario that come up? That's the content you want to focus on. And you're going to then record your show around high value content. And I would say for these purposes here, something is, in the 15 to 45 minute range is okay for these ongoing consistent shows. 20 minutes is good. Now, this isn't like a 2-minute thing. This is a more of a robust event you're putting on. And the only limit to the type of event you're putting on is the limit of your imagination. You can be as creative as you want. So I've got clients with shows where they have guests on the shows they're interviewing, and the topic is geared for the community. And other folks are it's just them talking and teaching and educating, like I'm doing here. And so you put your show together, and it doesn't matter how you structure that show as long as the content is valuable and you have your prospects in mind. And so you're going to record that, and you can do Zoom, record it on Zoom. You can record it on your cell phone camera. You know, the capabilities on our cell phones are amazing today. And you're going to record that. And this is where you can do some post-production editing. Doesn't have to be fancy Hollywood level, but you can edit that video, and there's editing tools like InShot, where you can edit videos that you record and add, you know, some graphics and text and so forth. But, you know, or you can, you know, just do some basic editing of the front and the end of the video and so forth. Point is, just clean that video up a bit if you're going to edit it. And now you have your show. So what you want to do is you need to create a thumbnail for your video, and Canva is a great resource for that. And you can create a thumbnail, and when you create that thumbnail, you want to size it as a YouTube sized thumbnail. And in Canva, it's great because you can create a new piece of content and just click in their YouTube thumbnail. It'll pull up the parameters right there for you, and then you just design it. And if you know how to use that tool, it can go very quickly, and you can save templates and so forth. But you want to create that thumbnail, and here's why. Because now what you're going to do is you're going to take that video and you're going to upload it to Restream. Restream is an app, so it's on your computer. You upload that video, and it'll ask you to add a thumbnail in there, because when it shows up that video before the event happens, that thumbnail is going to show up. And also after the video is posted, which I'm going to show you that in a minute here, that thumbnail is going to be on YouTube and other places. So thumbnail is very important, and always make sure that thumbnail is branded for you, that the colors, the fonts, the style that is in sync with your business is consistent with things like thumbnails that you're using for your content. And make it splashy and the colors that pop and all of that. So now you're uploading the video to Restream, you're uploading the thumbnail. Now you're going to have accounts connected to Restream, and we typically stream to YouTube, Facebook company page, LinkedIn, and so you can have those accounts connected in there. And then when you are ready to schedule the event, you've uploaded the video, the thumbnail, you've picked the account, you can toggle on and off whatever accounts you want to use. Maybe you just want to stream to LinkedIn for whatever reason, or maybe you have two different companies. I have multiple companies I'm building out, and so when we're streaming events, I'll toggle off some of the channels for one company and turn on channels for another company. So in Restream, you do that, and now you go to schedule the event in Restream. When you do that in Restream, that event is going, an event is automatically going to be created on LinkedIn. So, and it's a brand new portal interface there, but it'll create this event for you. You don't have to go in there and create it. And then you want to make sure that everything looks fine in that LinkedIn event. Like the banner of that LinkedIn event will be the thumbnail that you created. It's why that thumbnail is important. That'll show up in the LinkedIn event. Also in Restream, it's asking you to put in a title and summary. So that will show up in your LinkedIn event as well. And so they interact with each other, so that that information is very important. Now you've got this all set. And let's say this is 3 weeks out. I say, give yourself about 3 weeks ahead of time to be able to market this event, which I'm going to show you here in a second how to do. So you set this up, the pre-recorded. Now it's time to engage with your audience. So what you're going to do with the engagement is in the LinkedIn event portal, you're going to be able to engage and invite connections. And I'll show you some strategic ways to do that here. Okay, so before I get into the marketing, now I want to show you the setup for a live Zoom, and then we'll get into the marketing, which is a crossover for both of them. Is if you're doing a live Zoom, and the reason you would do a live Zoom versus a pre-recorded video is that you want to use Zoom to invite people and they sign up on Zoom, and you're collecting names and email addresses, and you're just able to use the Zoom features, which you wouldn't be doing if you weren't doing a Zoom, and if it was just on LinkedIn as an event. So if you're using Zoom, this is the setup there. Schedule and set up the Zoom. Obviously, go into Zoom, set that up, and you want to, again, set up Restream. And when you go in to set up Restream, instead of setting it up as a pre-recorded event, now it's going to be a live event you stream through Zoom. And so there's a different choice there on Restream. And then when the time comes, you're going to go live. And the same thing happens on Restream. When you set up a Zoom versus a pre-recorded video, it creates the LinkedIn event and the same portal and everything. It's just that you're going to be live on Zoom versus a pre-recorded video. Now I want to show you this because it gets technical when you're doing a Zoom, if you're doing a live Zoom. So what you want to do, and I'm not going to go into all of the technical nature of this because it gets highly technical on how to set up Zoom, but in Zoom, when you set up the event where you're going to live stream it, Zoom integrates with Restream. And so you're going to set up Zoom to connect with Restream. And then when you organize an event, you're going to grab these URLs from Restream. There's the RTMP URL and the stream key. And then you're going to go in and add these into that specific event in Zoom. And there is, there's a tab in Zoom for the event where it's customized live streaming, and you're going to add these URLs. Now, there's information on the internet. You Google this. How do I set up Zoom with Restream? And there's tutorials that go through that. You get stuck, DM me. Happy to walk you through this. I spent a lot of time figuring this out and testing and making sure it's done right. There's some little nuance to it, but I just want to give you the idea of what's going to be involved in setting this up. Okay, so now you have your event set up. Either it's a live Zoom or it's a pre-recorded video that's going to, you're going to go out with this content. Now you need to market this event. You got to get people to show up, and here are the unique ways that you do that. First of all, email. This is why I mentioned email earlier. If you have an email list and you've cultivated it over the years, you've nurtured, and this list, they know, like, and trust you, great things you can do with it. If you don't have that, it's one of the 5 foundational tools that are part of my box there that I'm going to show you at the end, how to drill down on those. But you got, it just got to have it. Email is a great tool. And this is why, because when you have this event set up, now you've collected emails over time, you're nurturing these people. Now you're telling them, hey, I have this great event going on, and you schedule out some emails prior to your event with the Zoom link embedded in there, if you're doing the live Zoom, or the LinkedIn event URL where they can go there to watch the event, because you can share that link from the LinkedIn event, and you're emailing out. And so let's say you're 3 weeks ahead of your event, you can send out easily, not too much, 1 email a week to this community, hyping the event, telling them all the great things they're going to get, and getting people to sign up. Then you want to use the invite feature in the LinkedIn event. So remember, now you have a LinkedIn event set up. You go in there, and now you can invite your first level connections, handpick people you want to invite to attend this event. You've probably gotten a LinkedIn invite, maybe not, but it's a different way that people get notified. It's not a direct message, it's an invite there in LinkedIn. And when people click on it, they're pulled in to the LinkedIn event portal there. It's awesome. They're pulled in. They're a captive audience. Now, not all are going to show up and attend, just the way people are, but they're captive there. And the portal has a way where you network with everybody in that portal. So you can network and engage with them prior to the event, during the event, and after the event, both if it's live and if you're doing a pre-recorded. And so, and there's some search criteria in that LinkedIn event portal that allows you to pull up people up by certain criteria, industry, geography, and then you can bulk invite people that way, or you can just one by one invite, hand select people that you're connected with that is on your, your hot prospect list, you know who they are, invite them. So this is great. This is really, really phenomenal tool to be able to engage with people that are in the event portal. Now, this is where automation comes in. Embracing automation tools, you can automate the direct messaging invite that goes out to your LinkedIn community. And you can include the link to the LinkedIn event. So now you're sending a direct message, right? So it's different from an email, different from a LinkedIn invite. They're getting a direct message. And you're saying, hey, I have this great event coming up. It's awesome, just for you. Would love to see you there. Then you have the link to the event, so they can click on it and they get pulled into your event. Now, people ask me, well, gosh, you have all these things going out. Isn't this, too much? No, because you don't know where people are going to see it. I mean, you may not have their email, or they may not open the email, or they may not, see the LinkedIn invite, but maybe they see the direct message or whatever. They don't see the direct message and they see the invite. So, and even if they get 2 of these, it's okay. I mean, the idea here is you're being professional. You're not selling and spamming and cramming something down their throats. You're saying, hey, I got this really valuable thing going on. And so it's a good thing you're bringing to them, and they'll see that. So this is how you turn this on, this marketing ahead of time, and pull people into your event. This is what the portal looks like, the LinkedIn event. This is a client that did an event not too long ago. Awesome event. Vistage chair, and this is the branding here. So this is the thumbnail we created. This is her branding, Beyond the Comfort Zone, and had an incredible event. And you can see here, over 100 people pulled in to the event here, and they're captive. And these are people we invited, handpicked, and this is the same portal. I just did this is if you page down here, this is what you see, but you can see this is under the networking tab. You can network with people, you can message them, and you can, network ahead of the event, during the event, afterwards. These people don't go away after this event is done. It stays there, and you can follow up and execute some great strategy as a follow-up, because you have all these people captive. So this is just awesome the way they have this set up here. Okay, here's what happens when your event takes place. It's going to stream on the event banner So here on this, in this portal, all these people are pulled in. This banner will flip to the live show when it goes live. It's an awesome feature. So this, people are here, this flips, they can watch it. It also will stream live on your profile, your LinkedIn personal profile. Your banner, whatever you have up there, will flip to your live show. So it's playing in two places. Very cool. And LinkedIn is going to automatically send out alerts to your community, certainly the people that signed up for your event, but also to your broader community, even if they didn't sign up, that you're live and you're going live. So people are going to get notified. It's automation built into LinkedIn when you do this. You don't have to do anything. It's just going out by LinkedIn. So that's great. And then afterwards, you do this event, it's going to post to the LinkedIn event portal. So after it's done, it'll be previously, live. It'll be in there so people can see it afterwards. It also will post to your news feed on your personal profile, previously live. And so people can watch it there. And by the way, when you set up the event in Restream and it creates that LinkedIn event portal, it also creates a marketing piece automatically in your news feed on your personal profile, which then you can tag important people about that event right from that marketing piece that's automatically created in your personal profile newsfeed. But the event afterwards will post there also. So, your community will start to see it afterwards. And you can tag, again, hot prospects afterwards with the event that posted in your newsfeed. Hey, John, Amy, this was a great event, wanted you to see it. So this is what happens after the event. And I'll say too, before I show you that slide, that this is just one of my favorite channels, because again, we all need identifiable and repeatable processes where we can engage, grow, position ourselves as experts, and just, get people into what I call our touch point ecosystem. And this is a great way to do that. And what's key here is this is not a one and done thing. You can't just do it once and expect all these great things to happen. You've got to be consistent with this. Do it over and over and over, and, build it into your workflow. I'm not talking about, massive time sucking endeavor here that's going to destroy your practice because all you're doing is this. No, if you do this efficiently, you get it going, it'll work, and it will deliver for you. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, or whether you're a solopreneur or somebody in a bigger business, or what your title is. This is a way to really make some noise for you, show up, be present, whether you're trying to get clients or service clients, whatever you're doing. This just flat out works. LinkedIn has put a laser focus on this. They're all over it, and all the top marketing people and are embracing this tool, and all the creators are embracing this tool and just getting real creative with what we can do here. So those 5 elements I showed you at the beginning, there's 5 that everybody's got to have. This virtual event using LinkedIn Live is one of those 5. And if you want to deep dive where I go into each of those 5 and show you how to pull them all together, check it out. Text Giant Help to that phone number there, and you'll get a link that takes you to those 5 elements where I have spent hours and hours and hours putting all my best tips, tools, and strategies into those 5 elements, and teach you, okay, here's what you got to know, here's why you need them, here's how you do it, here's how you connect them together. And there's a lot of cool stuff on there. So take a snap of that, write that down, check it out. You're going to love it. And I want to say to everybody, thanks so much for showing up here. I hope you learned something. And if you just grab one thing from this that helps you, then I know it was worth it. Stay connected to me. I do live shows every week, and just with a huge focus on delivering value to you. And we'll look forward to seeing you on my next episodes.